Hello, welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me once again. Today we bring you a developing update from KwaZulu-Natal that has sparked attention across South Africa. Please watch until the end so you can hear the sources and verify the news for yourself. The spotlight is on Jacinta Zuma, who recently led an immigration crackdown under Section 32 of the Immigration Act. During this operation, illegal foreigners were seen fleeing in different directions as authorities tightened their grip. Videos and images from the scene have circulated widely, showing the level of panic among those who had no proper documentation to remain in the country. Section 32 is a part of the Immigration Act that deals with undocumented foreigners, giving law enforcement the power to detain and deport those who are in the country illegally. While this law is not new, its enforcement has often been inconsistent, which is why this recent operation led by Zuma has drawn so much attention. For many South Africans, seeing decisive action being taken has been met with approval, especially in communities that feel the strain of illegal immigration. The operation targeted specific areas that have long been identified as hotspots for undocumented individuals. Businesses, informal settlements, and transit points were inspected. According to officials, many of the people caught without papers tried to run when they realized the crackdown was happening. Community members who witnessed the scenes reported that some even abandoned their goods and belongings as they scrambled to escape. Reactions from South Africans have been mixed but mostly supportive. On one hand, there is frustration that it takes such high-profile operations to enforce laws that should be upheld daily. On the other, many citizens say they are relieved to see someone like Jacinta Zuma stepping up and leading by example, showing that immigration laws cannot simply be ignored. Of course, there are critics too. Human rights activists argue that while enforcing immigration law is necessary, there must also be care to ensure that people are treated with dignity. They worry that operations like this can sometimes lead to heavy-handedness or unfair targeting of individuals based on appearance or language. But supporters of the operation argue that the law is clear: if you are in the country illegally, you cannot expect to stay without consequences. This debate is not new. For years, South Africa has struggled with the challenges of immigration, especially illegal immigration. Our borders are long and porous, and economic inequality between South Africa and neighboring countries often pushes desperate people to cross in search of opportunities. While the reasons are understandable, the reality is that unchecked immigration has serious effects on housing, healthcare, education, and job markets. Communities in Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, and other cities often feel the brunt of these pressures. That is why this crackdown has resonated with so many South Africans. People feel it is a step towards reclaiming order and making sure that the laws of the land are respected. The footage of people fleeing during the operation has been seen by some as symbolic of how the tide is turning. It shows that illegal foreigners know they are in the wrong and are now realizing there are consequences. For Jacinta Zuma, this operation also marks an important moment. She has positioned herself as a leader who is willing to get involved directly in issues that affect citizens. By personally leading the operation, she sent a clear message that illegal immigration will no longer be tolerated lightly. Many people on social media have praised her hands-on approach, saying it is refreshing to see a leader walking the talk instead of making empty promises. Now, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. We bring you daily updates on issues affecting South Africans, and your support helps us keep going. Hit that subscribe button and join the community of viewers who care about what's really happening on the ground. This crackdown is also expected to have ripple effects. Analysts believe it will put pressure on other leaders and departments to step up their enforcement as well. Once people see that Section 32 can be applied effectively, there will likely be calls for more operations in other provinces. It could even become a talking point in upcoming elections, as immigration continues to be one of the most heated topics in the country. But beyond the politics, this is also about ordinary South Africans who feel left behind. Many people say that illegal foreigners take up jobs that locals could be doing, or that they access services without contributing taxes. Whether or not that is fully accurate, the perception is real, and it fuels resentment. Leaders like Zuma are responding to that sentiment, showing that government is listening and willing to act. The operation also highlights another truth: enforcement alone cannot solve the problem. Stronger border control, improved documentation systems, and better regional cooperation are needed. Otherwise, even if people are deported, many will simply cross back again. Long-term solutions will require both enforcement and prevention. For now though, South Africans are paying attention to what Jacinta Zuma is doing. Her actions are being seen as a test of how serious the government is about addressing the problem. If these operations continue, they could set a new standard for immigration control in the country. If they fade away, many will dismiss this as another publicity stunt. Time will tell. And before we close, let's not forget that while this is a serious matter, South Africans always find ways to add humor. On social media, some joke that illegal foreigners run faster than Olympic athletes during the crackdown. Others said if running from immigration officers was a sport, we would already have the next gold medalists for the country. It shows that even in tough times, our people still know how to laugh. All images used in this video are for illustration purposes only. News sources: News 24, Times Live, IOL.